Hey guys, it's Tony Guattari from Sales Achiever with another passionate yet extremely practical sales video vitamin. Now, I'm unpacking something that is incredibly important. It's not mystical, it's not dark arts, but it's a formula that I use, and it's called the selling X factor. It's the principle of how to emotionally, I mean really emotionally, charge up your clients so they buy straight away. It's got a bit of psychology, it's got a bit of science, and it deals with fundamentally getting people to change. And what I'm about to share with you is how to change people, because when you change people, they're buying something from you. So let's go through the formula. The first principle is D, which means that you actually have to make your prospect dissatisfied with what they've got, or they have an enormous amount of desire because they're lacking something in their life. The role of marketing is to create that desire. And sometimes that desire is already created, so you don't need to actually create a lot of dissatisfaction. But many times, you actually have to speak to your prospect and ask him deep questions to find the bruise. You've got to find out where it hurts. And what you've then got to do is that you've actually got to turn that bruise and actually, and I'm going to say this really openly, you've got to make it bleed. You've got to get them to say, ouch, that they didn't know they were in the situation before they spoke to you. And now they're agitated and they want to do something about it. So that is the first principle. You must ensure that people are dissatisfied with what they're currently got, or they're desiring what you are providing. Number two principle is that you've got to show them the vision of what their business or their life could look like if they bought your product. Now, we call that the benefits, it's not the features. We don't buy features, we buy the benefits that are associated to those features. And it's incredibly important that you paint the picture. I mean, you have a canvas which is clean here, and you are the artist, and you create the picture of what their business or life could look like with your product or service. The next principle then is that you've got your D, which is dissatisfaction. You've got your V, which is vision. Dissatisfaction times vision plus first steps. Now, first steps is that you've got to make it really easy for them to buy. And what you've got to do is you've got to lay down a pathway, I call it the stairway to heaven, of how they can get to heaven, okay, using your product or service. Now, don't over-exaggerate them, but show them the steps that are necessary to make it really simple for them to take the first steps. There is an old proverb, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Chunk it down. And that basically is the formula for change. So the key here is that when you're selling, make sure your prospect is dissatisfied. If they're not, ask deeper questions to find their bruise and make it bleed. Show them the vision of what your product or service could do in their life or in their business or whatever application it is. And then add the first steps, which is the natural progression of taking them up that stairway to heaven. And if you can do that, I promise you one thing, you can sell anything, because you've uncovered one of the most important secrets is that people buy emotionally, not logically, and this formula appeals to people's hearts. So until next time, have an inspired sales day.